Thank you, Chairman. Thank you both for being here today. Judge St. Eve, there have been some discussions over the years on judicial conduct and disability reforms, and including most recently about the case of Judge Pauline Newman, which we spoke in the Judiciary Committee about a couple weeks ago. Judge Newman's case has now been kind of dragging on for over 2 years and is now pending appeal before the Court of Appeals for DC Circuit. Do you have any idea what has been the total cost to the Federal Circuit or the Administrative Office of the Court on this investigation and the proceeds in and around Judge Newman?
Congressman, Congressman Fitzgerald, the Federal Circuit has independent budget authority, and it's not under the Judicial Conference budget oversight. This is pending litigation that's been going on, and I ethically can't comment on pending litigation. I can tell you from my own experience, I've been involved in several judicial conduct inquiries in the Seventh Circuit, that this is typically paid for out of court allotments. The ones that I've been involved with, the judges, a 3-judge panel, have been involved, and usually we have one staff person helping, and so it's just part of our regular business, and it comes out of that. I know that the statute provides that the director can ask the administrative office to pay for certain expenses or can approve that for expert witnesses who might be testifying. Also, the statute provides that if the judge ultimately prevails and the judicial misconduct inquiry is dismissed, that judge can ask for reimbursement for expenses, but that's provided for in the statute.
And I think that's part of the frustration is whenever you see kind of a sum sufficient amount that is not necessarily coming out of a specific category in the budget, that it just seems to be open-ended, which fuels the idea that these cases go on and on and on. I don't know that that's specifically the case because we don't have enough information really to make that judgment, but it is something I think that we're watching closely and we're concerned about, right? While the Sixth Amendment affords a right to a public trial for criminal proceedings, and the First Amendment has been interpreted to mean the same for civil proceedings, records of the proceedings are not public or free. Federal court documents are available at a price through an online system known as PACER, which I'm sure you're familiar with, obviously. However, critics of PACER argue that even the minuscule fees can pose an access to justice issue that's out there. Judge Scudder, you kind of mentioned in your testimony that the current court case management system are outdated or unsustainable. Can you comment a little bit more on that? And then what could we do to try and modernize this whole process?
Yeah, thank you for the question. We as a branch definitely share your commitment to the access to justice issues. Judicial policy reflects that. You're right to recognize that our case management electronic case filing system, PACER, is kind of the vehicle through which you access that, as you noted, is vulnerable to cyber risk. We welcome your support of our ongoing efforts to modernize that application and to better secure it. And I am happy to tell you and the committee that we are seriously about that and intensely about it to try to drive down that risk.
Have you guys identified anything specifically that you could do from a modernization perspective that would help and assist us?
Yeah, absolutely. There's several things on the technical level. At a more macro level, what I would say is this. We have made a lot of progress in recent years in thinking about our IT essentially as critical infrastructure, as essential to really everything that we're doing. And what that is translating to is a more enterprise-wide or branch-wide approach to our systems. And so We need to drive down some of the local customization that we have allowed historically with some of our applications. And as we approach system modernization with a more enterprise or branch-wide approach, we expect to realize real security benefits. That's primarily where our focus is.
Very good, thank you. My time's up. Yield back.
Thank you. We now go to the ranking member of the full committee, Mr. Askham, for 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.